Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, North Metro. I'm Reverend Michael Torphy.
I'm Reverend Valerie, Torphy, who forgets the gong even though it's written right on the sheet.
And we have Greg and Sheila Fossen, who's producing today.
Hi, everybody.
Susan Clark, who's our special music, and Ernestine, who's giving us our affirmations and a reading. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to get started with the invocation. So if you would, close your eyes and join me in that sacred, secret place of the Most High, where we become one, perfect, whole, and complete emanations of the pure spirit. I know this day is a blessing to us all. I know as we move and have our being together in this service, that something miraculous takes place. Openings happen, revelations take place, and we all move on our sacred path towards oneness. So I give thanks for this day. I give thanks for this service. I give thanks for all of us who are joining us, knowing that everything is in perfect order. And in this place of absolute thanksgiving, I can now release the word into the law, into the life, by simply saying, so it is.
So it is.
Let's get started with a wonderful song by our beloved Susan Clark.
Thank you. Well, I dug out an old song of mine that I wrote for a service many years ago, and then I just didn't do it anymore. And somehow it was on my mind this week. So here it is. It's called "The Truth Will Set Us Free."
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sing each stanza twice, and if you're getting the hang of it, you can join in a little bit. It's pretty simple. I will float my boat on an ocean of truth, where the current of faith keeps my course straight and true. I will not be swayed by the waves of doubt. I will live my life from the inside out. I'm going to repeat that now. I will float my boat on an ocean of truth, where the current of faith keeps my course straight and true. I will not be swayed by the waves of doubt. I will live my life from the inside out. What rings true for me may not work for you. Still, we all must honor other points of view. There is just one God speaking to us all. Although the words are different, Spirit heeds the call. What rings true for me may not work for you. Still, we all must honor other points of view. There is just one God speaking to us all. Although the words are different, Spirit heeds the call. I will sail through this life with the grace of a dove, with an olive branch of peace and a heart full of love. I will not judge you, you will not judge me. Always and forever, the truth will set us free. I will sail through this life with the grace of a dove, with an olive branch of peace and a heart full of love. I will not judge you, you will not judge me. Always and forever, the truth will set us free. Always and forever, the truth will set us free.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That was amazing.
I'm glad you resurrected that song.
I did. I'm glad I did too. I think it's resurrection worthy.
It is. It was powerful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Good.
So we're going to do some business and we'll get back to you soon.
Okay, sounds good, guys.
Okay.
Okay, so like us and check in on Facebook at CSL North Metro. You can check out our website at cslnorthmetro.org, and the affirmations and the affirmative prayer and the links and the things that we're doing are all out there. And Reverend Michael wrote a new blog that I got up yesterday. So there's a whole new article out there. Just go check it out. So you can also request prayer on our Facebook page, and there's lots of stuff going on out there. And lots of stuff. Today's title is What It Is Not. And you've already met our musician, Susan Clark, and today's reading. And Ernestine Garcia is going to do our affirmations and our reading. And the reading, I forgot to take a little tag out for where the page is. It's A Pathway of Roses by Christian D. Larson. And one of my favoriteest books. Mine's all marked up on every page, so I used Reverend Michael's because it's not. So, so let's see. With that, we're ready for the affirmations, correct?
Yes, we are. Hi, Ernestine.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Affirmations for the week of October 24th, 2021. Please repeat after me. Every day I transcend higher into my greatest yet to be.
Every day I transcend higher into my greatest yet to be.
I am a pathway that allows Spirit's beauty to bless the earth.
I am a pathway that allows Spirit's beauty to bless the earth.
Right here and now, I embrace my oneness with divinity.
Right here and now, I embrace my oneness and divinity.
I am fully conscious, aware, and present in every moment.
I am fully conscious, aware, and present in every moment.
My mind and heart are aligned in expressing my limitless creativity.
My mind and heart are aligned in expressing my limitless creativity.
I accept love and light in every aspect of my life.
I accept love and light in every aspect of my life.
And together we say,
And
so
so
it
it is.
Okay, the reading is from the book, The Pathway of Roses by Christian D. Larson. When we enter into the life of the infinite, all that is high, all that is perfect, and all that is beautiful in the soul will be restored to consciousness. The glory, the divinity, and the sublime majesty of the soul will be revealed. The veil of mystery will be removed, and we may behold the gorgeous splendor of the spiritual life as it truly is. The soul is no longer lost from view. We are no longer ignorant of the wonderful life within us. The heavens are opened, so to speak, and we may see most clearly and most perfectly that eternal something within us that is created in the image and likeness of God. Our divine nature is restored to us. We learn what we are. We discover our great inheritance. We find that we are not mere human creatures, but children of the Most High, destined to reign with God on the heights of glory and to live in God's sublime king/queendom during countless ages yet to be. When the soul is restored, our inner spiritual nature become the ruling power in life. Mind and body become servants to the soul. And we no longer live for circumstances, conditions, and things. We begin to live for life itself. And we thus gain, in an ever-increasing measure, all the richness, all the beauty, all the power that life can give. Because the soul lives the same life that God lives. And together we say,
So it is.
Yay.
That was a beautiful
That
reading.
was beautiful. Thank you so much. And I want to thank Stephan Anthony for writing those affirmations every single week.
For years. he's been
Yes.
doing that.
And they're all different and new and fresh, and we just enjoy them so much every week. Thank you, Stephan.
Yes. All right. Time for another song.
More music.
Hey,
I mean,
great.
there you are.
All righty, here I am. I'm going to do a song that has some audience participation, and it's a song written by a gentleman by the name of Nathan Aswell. I met him during the Posy Awards ceremony a few years back. This is called I Say Yes. And so your part is going to be, I'm going to go, I say yes, yes. To the thing itself, I say yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I will direct you. Are we ready? I say yes, yes. To the thing itself, I say yes, yes. To the way it works, I say yes, yes. And how to use it, yes, 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 yes. And how to use it, God, Spirit. That's the thing itself, cause of all creation, origin of everything. It's what makes me sing, powerful foundation. Whatever I'm doing, wherever I'm going, it's the voice that whispers in my ear. I say yes, yes. To the thing itself, I say yes, yes. To the way it works, I say yes, yes. To what it does, yes, 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 yes. To how to use it through me. And that's the way it works. Principle in action. Limitless is what I am. Yes, I know I can live in satisfaction. Heeding the call, having it all. A peace of mind is mine, mine, mine. And I say yes, yes. To the thing itself, I say yes, yes. To the way it works, I say yes, yes. To the way it works, yes, 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 yes. And how to use it, the channel is wide open, the circuitry's divine. I'm focused on the positive, and that's fine. I demonstrate abundance, manifest the proof, immersed in love and wisdom, surrounded by the truth. And I say yes, yes. To the thing itself, I say yes, yes. To the way it works, I say yes, yes. To what it does, yes, 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 yes. And how to use it, the channel is wide open, the circuitry's divine. I'm focused on the positive, and that's fine. I demonstrate abundance and manifest the proof, immersed in love and wisdom, surrounded by the truth. And I say yes, yes. The thing itself, yes, yes. The thing itself, yes, yes. And what it does, yes, 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 yes. And how to use it.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
We
I
say
can
yes
hear
to
you.
you.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
that was perfect. That was so fun.
Yeah, thank you.
My pleasure.
All
See
right.
you in
That was a lot of
We'll
fun.
see you all in a little bit. Little bit?
Little bit.
Little
a
bit.
little bit.
Yes.
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 So here we are again. So good to be here, be alive, be aware, be awake, and just thundering through life with our silence of being. And it's a good way to live. I was going through some notes and I found this story that I shared a long time ago in Fresno. And it was about a man named Benjamin Smythe. That's a great name, isn't it? Benjamin Smythe. And he's out of San Francisco, which I spent a lot of years in. And a woman did a video, and that's how I saw it. Somebody emailed me this, said I needed to watch this video. And so I watched it, and there he was, Benjamin Smythe. And he was being interviewed by a woman, and he's telling the story about one day he had the most rotten day of his entire life. It was just horrible. So at the end of the day, he went home, and he just tried to meditate and get silent. And he remembered an old blind homeless person that he met long time ago. And this person taught him something that lasted through the years. So fast forward a little bit, and he finds himself in this place where he remembered what this man taught. So he went to bed thinking about it, and he got up the next morning and made a sign. And he went out to the streets of San Francisco, and he just held up this sign which says, "You are perfect." And he said, the interviewer asked, well, what was the response? He says, well, it was like 40-40-20. 40% were just like so enthusiastic and loving it. As a matter of fact, a woman pulled up in her car and saw that sign and pulled over and got out and was crying and hugged him and said, "You just made my day." And then he said the other 40% were nothing. Nobody paid any attention to them. They just walked by and no big deal. And then there were 20% that made comments like, "None of us are perfect," or one person said, "F you." And he said, that was good too. It was all good. And it kind of changed the way he saw things. So after that first day of doing the sign thing, he ended up doing it every day for, I don't know how long. This was a while back when I heard the story. But he said after that first day, he went home and he went out to his backyard and he just looked up at the stars. And he just looked and stayed with them for so long. And then all of a sudden, out of his mouth came God. And he said he knew nothing happened, yet everything happened. Mm-hmm. He knew nothing happened, yet everything happened. And that's that nothingness where everything is. And it's a way of living in the nothingness. Because when you're living in the nothingness, you're open to the everythingness. And everything is possibility. The possibilities of life just flood you if you're patient, if you wait, if you spend your time in silence. You know what nothing is. I've had days like that. Have you had days like that? And yeah. I can truly say that sometimes I forget who I am. Sometimes I forget that I can turn to this nothingness and just let it all go. And it doesn't happen right away. When you sit down, close your eyes, and silent yourself, that nothingness, which tries to be something, keeps rolling through your head. Whatever your problems was, just keeps rolling through your head. But if you're patient and you just allow them to pass through, let them pass through because they're nothing, trying to become something, then you'll find that something translates the whatever you were going through into something more peaceful, something more prophetic that you needed to hear. I needed to hear, because there's always something that is waiting for us in the nothingness. And it is always glorified. It's always divine. It's always perfect in its expression. Something is always in the nothing, and nothing is always in the something. It's just like God. God is not, but God is. God is in the nothingness, and God is in the somethingness. Mm-hmm. That it's all one thing always taking place. So if I'm having a challenge or something, I can remember that in the nothing is the something that I've been waiting for. In the nothing is the something I've been waiting for. And that something will glorify whatever I'm going through. It will turn it into a place of understanding. And when you understand, when you know, then you know. And nothing can be taken away from you. Everything is always added onto you. Nothing is ever taken away. And as you allow yourself to open up to that which wants to add to your life, then your life becomes glorified. Your life becomes sanctified. Your life becomes the mystery that it is, yet the foundation who you are. I know that in every nothing there is something, and in every something there is nothing, and that's something to meditate on.
But so I just want to interject here.
Okay, interject.
So if you're new at this meditation thing, and if you're like me who has a really busy mind all of the time, when you sit down to let it go, I can remember, it still happens sometimes. I can remember when I first started meditating, and I realized that I could be thinking of, oh, I shouldn't be thinking. And what am I going to wear today? And what's that color in my closet? And what are my to-do things today? And I don't know. I remember having the experience of thinking about 5 or 6 things simultaneously while I was trying to not think.
Mm.
And the more I attached to not thinking, the busier my mind got. And so Ram Dass is the one that wrote that book for spiritual practice. And he talked about not trying to make it happen. Like, just accept what is. And well, I like to say it this way. You put your butt in the seat, and whatever happens, happens, but it's the practice.
Mm-hmm.
And so not getting attached to this is what's supposed to happen. When I first started meditating, I got glorious colors and it was so easy. And then it got so it wasn't. And it's all part of the practice. And so whatever happens when you sit down to be still, that's okay. Allow it. Don't fight it, because that's part of the process. It's about putting the butt in the chair and doing the thing.
So when you're having a bad day, it's really nothing. But what makes it something is your reaction to the bad day. It becomes something the moment you react. And what are the reactions? Fear, hurt, pain, anger. All those are really nothing. We just made something out of it. And if we can allow ourselves to practice the understanding that who we are is more than what we're experiencing. It's always more than what we're experiencing, because the experience is just that, an experience. It's not anything else but that, because really everything is happening simultaneously in life at one time. So him going out and having people not pay attention to him, having people giving him kudos, and having people arguing with him, it's all one thing. And it's all nothing, because the something is the spirit of living God that is wanting to awake within each and every one of us. And when that something called God awakes within you, then everything becomes light, everything becomes peace, everything becomes harmony and joy and freedom and power and clarity. And you get a sense of freedom, a freedom that cannot be explained, but can only be experienced.
I just had a thought.
Okay.
I was thinking of Terry Cole Whitaker's book, What You Think of Me Is None of My Business. Yeah. I was thinking of that, but then I was thinking, what I think of you is none of my business either. I mean, really think about that. It's like, if we're doing the best we can and we're going along doing our thing, what somebody thinks of us really is none of our business. We shouldn't give it any mind or any thought or anything. And every single time I'm thinking something about somebody else, that's none of my business either.
Right.
So, just realizing, being present with ourselves is really, that's our job. That's our thing.
We try to jump into other people's lives and fix things and save things, and nothing can be fixed, nothing can be saved. And that's what I know about science of mind and spirit. I like to call it science of mind and spirit, because Ernest Holmes originally called it science of mind and spirit. For some reason, he dropped the spirit. But
did he or did that happen?
Oh, I don't know, but it got dropped. And it just makes more sense to me that mind and spirit are one. They're trying to integrate all the time. My mind is thinking this and spirit knows this, and they're trying to integrate and come out as one.
Right.
And that's where the practice comes in really handy, by meditating and praying and affirming. So I lost train of thought. Oh, so one of the things that Science of Mind and Spirit is not is saving people. Even though there are those out there that want to be saved. I was one of those. I wanted to be saved from everything that was going bad in my life. But there is no saving. There's transcending past whatever it is you're going through and knowing the truth about yourself, that you're an eternal being and there's nothing that can hurt or harm that eternality of yourself, because it's just a moment in time. And all life is happening simultaneously in that same moment in time, both past, now, and future, all taking place at the same time. So I can take myself out of whatever is bothering me and just know that truth, that I'm more than this. That was an old Ricky Barton song, I'm more than this.
And I just want to add here, that doesn't mean don't contribute to causes.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean, like I read an article yesterday about some of the things that are going on in Denver, and there's a church that wasn't being used anymore, and they built little individual like bedrooms. I think they can house like 48 or 49 people there, and a cafeteria to allow people who are experiencing homelessness to have a nice, safe place. So by saying don't rescue somebody, we're not saying don't offer opportunities. We're just saying don't think we have to express to them what they should be doing. So
or put our values and our
correct
and our spiritual philosophy upon them, that this will save your life.
Right.
The only thing that can save your life is you.
Right. And the opportunities of the food banks and the places that help people when they need the help. We're not saying any of that. We're not saying don't volunteer. We're saying absolutely do those things. And each person has their own timing of what it is they're here to be doing and how they are doing. And we don't know what their timing is, and we don't know what their lesson is. And so thinking that we do just allows us to feel powerful or something like that. But our job is our growth.
Mm-hmm.
So
you have something you want to share?
Oh, I have a whole lot.
Let's get rolling.
Okay.
Time's a ticking.
So I just was with this title about what it's not. And the absolute first thing that came up for me is it's not male or female. It's not. It's so much more than that. It's male and female and more than that. And so I actually started thinking about a paper that I wrote in ministerial school. So I went and dragged it out. And we were talking about this in class on Thursday. And so that's when I really started thinking about dragging that paper out. So like for 25,000 years, the goddess was the most important thing. And things were peaceful. When they look at the art and the statues and the relics and things that are left, there's nothing about war. It was peaceful. And it wasn't because there was goddess, doesn't mean that it wasn't male and female. It was male and female. And so there was this getting along for 25,000 years. And about 6,000 years ago, a group of people from, being called Indo-Europeans. And they came from what's now Central Russia. And they just invaded like all of the parts of the known earth over thousands of years. And they invaded and they invaded and they invaded and they invaded. And they killed off the goddess. And what didn't continue to be killed off while they were doing that continued after, with the Crusades and the Christian movement to kill all the witches. And about 10 million people were killed that didn't agree with the way things were going. And 8 million of those were wise women. And then what did we find out about the snake and what it used to be before it became evil? It used to be spirit. Was that right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember, Kim?
He was associated with goddess worship.
Yeah.
So, and then all of a sudden the snake's evil and the apple and all, and women became associated with sin.
Right, because she picked the apple.
And well,
Blame it on Eve.
and so I'm not going to go into a really lot of detail because we don't have like all the time here. But so this is part of what I said. It may seem more appropriate to view all of the goddess images as aspects of the one great goddess within their core functions: life-giving, death-wielding, regeneration, renewal, and the obvious analogy is nature herself. So it's really interesting because linguistic research shows that the Indo-Europeans were so successful in their near takeover of the then known planet that most of the languages from that time and from that period, for Greek and Latin and all of those things, are all related to what those Indo-Europeans spoke. So they just seriously changed what was going on the planet. And the use of weapons, because then iron was created and created as weapons, made it really possible to just continue to take over. So what I want to talk about that is when things were like that, where we became is if you're making money, if you're making so-called progress, it's okay what you do to the planet, and it's okay how you treat the people. And we're moving to a place where we're recognizing that we get to and have to change things because the planet's very existence and our very existence is at stake here. And I remember when I first started in banking and I became a bank officer, and I realized that in order to be successful as a bank officer, none of the feminine qualities that I had were appreciated. And so I let those go and became like a male. And I just got to the point where I just acted like all of the men, and that's how I was successful. And here's what I wanted to say about that. I learned to become one of the men, to put away all that was feminine, especially my emotions, to succeed in the world of business. Gradually, I came to realize that the world I was fitting myself into was out of balance, and consequently, I was out of balance. So it's the blending of that masculine and the feminine energy that creates harmony and balance in the world. So we're in that state of flux right now where a lot of people are getting how important it is to balance the energy, to value the person, to understand that we need to value the planet, that we need to change some things that we're doing. And so it's kind of natural that it's happening loudly and kind of sometimes viciously and sometimes, more like. You have something to say about that? You look like you do.
Well, again, it's I think what you're trying to say is in our spiritual teaching, in our philosophy, what is not is labels like male, female, that we go beyond that and open up to a greater sense of balance, so we can change the energetic movement of what's happening in the world. So there's a clash. There's old and new. There's then and now. And there seems to be a clash and a holding on to not wanting to change. But the change is going to happen because it always has and always will be. But hopefully this time it will be a conscious change. And in the conscious change, there'll be an evolution of humanity. And that evolution can take us to heights that go beyond imagination. It'd be nice if it happened in my time, but if we're just part of the kicking it off, that's good too. And another thing that our philosophies, science of mind and spirit, is luck, good luck and bad luck. I've had people say, "Well, you just have such good luck." And it's like I just have to laugh inside because it has nothing to do with luck. I just feel blessed. And if you feel blessed and you know you're blessed, then everything will unfold beautifully. Even in the moments of change, where something may unpleasant happen, if you know who you are, then that unpleasantness you'll experience that, but it won't hang on to you. I've known people that have been hurt and hang on to that hurt 20 years, 30 years, and it really doesn't serve anybody to hang on to anything. You have your experience, you let it go, and live life to the fullest, because life is about everything that takes place. The good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, it's all one thing taking place. It's all that something within the nothingness.
And the more we claim what we don't want, we continue to get what we don't want. So when we catch ourselves claiming what we don't want, we understand right then and there, we're planting another seed of what we don't want. So we get to turn it around and say, this is a great day. I'm going to get everything I need to get done today. I'm going to have great experiences today, instead of, oh, I'm so tired. And I'm not saying that I don't ever get stuck in that. But the faster we catch ourselves when we find ourselves doing that, the less time we spend in the misery or in the uncomfortability, and the less seeds we're planting to get more of what we don't want.
And another good little point to make is don't use the word why.
Yes.
Why is this happening to me? Why do I have to go through this all the time? Well, if you ask why, the universe is going to show you more of your why, and you're going to continue to have the same experience. So don't ask why. Ask, what is it that I can get out of this experience?
Right.
What is mine to learn?
Right.
What possibilities lie within this experience I'm having? And you'll move a lot faster.
Mm-hmm. And then listen to your intuition. You know, sometimes the intuition suggests things that you might do or you might say that you think, oh, that doesn't make any sense. Well, it might not make any sense to the human intellectual mind, but we're all connected with that one source and that one spirit. And if we just let ourselves get out of the way, there's always divine guidance. There's always that place of divine wisdom, just there present, waiting for us to listen to it. It's always there. And it's a lot stiller voice than the brain. And the you know, that's why, you know, they call it the still small voice, because we have to kind of silence ourselves and be present to hear it.
Yeah.
And it just guides us in so many ways. I don't know why this came up right now, but we were in a car and we were going to the video store, and we stopped at a stoplight, and I'm driving, and a big SUV ran the stoplight and crashed into the car right in front of us, and the SUV was coming right for us. And I heard a voice that I thought was Michael saying, you should move to the left to get out of the way. And I said, I don't think I can. And the car went around us, right all the way down the side of it, about this close to us, all the way down. And then Michael said, I didn't say that. And I know that was a divine thing right there, that car, that great big car, was coming right at us, and it was coming fast, and then it just moved. I know that was divine. And I know we have those divine experiences all of the time. Every single day we have those divine experiences. And if we just slow down a little bit and recognize that the divine is always present, that still small voice is always right there. Well, I like to say it like this, saying as you wish, like from the Princess Bride, because we talked about that this week too. And there's always that wisdom. There's always that ability to get exactly what you need. We just have to slow down a little bit and let the chatter go to the back so that we can hear that voice.
So if you're having a lot of chatter, I compare it to that story about the guy that goes in the doctor's office and says, doctor, my shoulder aches. And he goes, well, how come? He goes, I don't know. Every time I do this, it aches. And he goes, well, don't do that. It won't ache. It's the same thing. When you get these negative thoughts that are trying to take over so you can't hear your still small voice, don't listen to them. They're just thoughts. They have no power over you. What gives it the power is you're nurturing them and you agreeing with them, or you being afraid by them, or whatever.
And the attention.
And the reaction.
Yeah.
Because we have choice. We always have choice. I want to end with a Smythism.
Okay.
Nothing happens, yet everything does. Nothing happens, yet everything does. I love that. I love thinking about that. And here we go. Our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to not allow the brain's nothing to become something. So on that note,
say it again.
Okay. Our mission, should we accept it, is to not allow the brain's nothings to become somethings. There you go. Think about that would you start the prayer?
I am. So as we just move into that place of silence, that place of stillness, and we take a deep, deep cleansing breath, breathing in the one life, the one power, the one spirit, right where we are, breathing out all that no longer serves us, recognizing that God is the beater of the heart, that each one of us thinks our thoughts in God, that there is no thing outside of that one power, that one present, one life that is omniscient, omnipresent, omniactive, omnipowerful, and it is everything, everywhere, all of the time. Everything we think, everything we are, everything we do within that one power and that one presence, that eternal power, that changeless power that is always expanding, always creating, and always making more. So as I know that oneness for myself, Reverend Michael, and for each one listening here today, each one present with us today, and each one everywhere all of the time, there is no separation. And so I know for each one of us, when we become aware of those things that no longer serve us, and we allow them to just melt back into the nothingness from which they came, and we recognize the power and the presence, the one life and the one spirit that is always divinely guiding us, feeding our hearts, giving us the ability to live this life in grace and love and peace and truth and harmony and joy and abundance and prosperity. Bring us compassion and love. And so I'm just so grateful for this time together, grateful for all of the ways in which we are able to continue to do these services in person, online, and for all of the good that is coming forth in every way all of the time. I just pass this word to Reverend Michael.
Thank you. And I accept for every individual this day that wants whatever for prayer to just right where you are, think about what it is that you desire, you're wishing. And collectively, we support each other, throwing out light energy,
Mhm.
knowing that we all receive it in
Yes.
a profound way.
Yes.
Where two or more are gathered,
Yes.
there I am.
Yes.
And I know that if two or more gather this day, so that power and presence embraces each and every person
Yes.
and fulfills that desire. And I throw out this light and love
Mhm.
in the direction of my friend Kyle's sister as she's going through this thing called healing. And I hope for her that all pain is released right here, right now.
Yes.
It vanishes. And her healing process is applied. And she feels strong and safe and experiences what wellness is as she prepares to leave the hospital.
Yes.
We surround with light and love, knowing it is all perfect. And for this, I am eternally grateful.
Yes.
Grateful to know that these words that we have spoken are complete and fulfilled right here and right now. So there's nothing left to do but release them into the love and into the law. Together we say,
And
and
so it is. Amen. Amen. Aho. And together we say, woo-hoo.
My eyes are wide and open. My eyes can see. My mind is filled with knowing. My mind believes I am awake. I am awake. Once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth, it cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. My mind is clear and glowing. My heart can see. My soul is full of knowing. My soul believes I am awake. I am awake. Don't you know where your freedom lies? You can't go back and close your eyes. The truth, it cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. 'Cause once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth, it cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. In the nothing there is something that is waiting just for you. In the nothing there is something that's just waiting for you. 'Cause you are the light, you are the light, you are the light. Don't you forget it. You are the light, you are the light. You are the light.
Thank you.
That's so beautiful. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Nothing into something.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
That
I
is
stole
right.
that from you, Reverend Michael. I wrote it down here in my notes, so don't be surprised if it comes out as a song sometime soon. In the nothing, there is something that is waiting for you. Like that.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love the way this whole music ministry is unfolding. It'll be a year old.
Oh, great. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
We have some lovely people that have a certain day of the month, and I'm just so grateful. It's just a wonderful way of sharing,
Yes.
and
Well,
your
we're-
messages are beautiful.
We're very grateful too. It's a circle. So
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Well, we're gonna.
So tell people how they can get a hold of you.
Um,
Buy your music or
Well, you can. I have a Facebook page. It's just Susan Clark Music. And so you can look me up there, and that's got my email and my phone number, and I'm open to all types of communication. So, and my music.
You have CDs, right?
I do. I have CDs, but you know what? These days, Rev Valerie, I'm just kind of giving them away because that's just my gift to the world. And I don't want to contain them to the monetary expression. So it's all good. It's all free. So there you go.
And I know that brings you the love that you put out there comes back multiplied always.
Yes, it does.
Right.
All right. So we're going to do a little business and we'll get back to you for the last song.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So
I just want to thank, we actually have something.
we do.
And
Donations in here.
I want to thank those that continue to give and invite you to continue. And because we know that you're giving to a good thing. And we're open for growth and expansion and continuance of people showing up to this location live. And we're just blessing all the good that's in our life and giving thanks for these gifts. So
Say more about, since you brought that up about live, say more about that.
about what?
So you said we're open to people coming in live.
Oh, well,
So say more about that.
we're broadcasting this, but we also have people here and more people can come. If you're living in this area or if you're just visiting, come on by and see us live.
Well, so we are asking that you have had your vaccinations to keep us all safe.
Mhm.
And we absolutely love to have you here.
Yes, we would. So let's bless these gifts and the gifts that are on their way. So repeat after me. Thank you, dear Spirit.
Thank you, dear Spirit.
Thank you for the abundance in our lives.
Thank you for the abundance in our lives.
Thank you for this opportunity to give from the heart.
Thank you for this opportunity to give from
I'm
the heart.
so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I know it is done.
I know it is done.
So I let it be.
Let it be.
And so it is.
So it is. And you can give my Venmo if you use that. You can go to our website, which is the easiest way, cslnorthmetro.org. There's PayPal out there and a couple other ways to give and a number for texting. So and then we take checks in the mail and in person and cash and all that stuff too. So
Yeah, it's all good.
It is all good. So yay. You ready for some more music?
Yes. I'm more than ready.
Yes.
I'm going to do another song by Eddie Watkins. You might be able to tell he's one of my favorite songwriters. And this is called All Is Well. And I'm going to start it just kind of a cappella for you. I'm not worried about tomorrow. Today I declare freedom from yesterday in my state of affairs. Today all things are made brand new, and don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should. I can change my reality by changing my mind. Perfect peace, joy, and happiness is yours and it's mine. I am loved and so are you. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should? Let me hear you sing, all is well, all is well. Even Spirit is directing me right now, right now. All is well, oh, all is well. All is well and unfolding as it should. I am cloaked by the Spirit, I am fed by the divine. I am one with all that is, my soul is free from time. I am blessed and so are you, and don't it feel good to know all is well and unfolding as it should. Don't you know that all is well, all is well. Even Spirit is directing me right now, right now. I am cloaked by the Spirit, and it ain't good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should. All is well, don't it feel good? All is well, just to know that all is well. it should and just the way it should not. Oh,
Yeah.
Yoo-hoo.
Awesome. What a wonderful day.
Yeah,
We're
yes.
so blessed, aren't we?
we are.
Uh-huh.
So I just want to invite you to join us on Zoom after this service and share your aha moments. We'd love to get to know you. There's a link, I think, in the comments. Is that right? But also, if you don't see the link, it's on our website, cslnorthmetro.org, so you can always find the Zoom link.
Yes. Link a link a link. So
It's in the links.
we'll say our, are you done?
Well, let's see if anybody else has something to say.
Anybody want to add anything?
Great
service.
Great,
Thanks.
great message. We enjoyed
Thank
it
you.
a lot.
Happy to be here. You can't see it, but all my pets are in the living room with me. So they've been so,
Wow,
Yeah.
that's wonderful. No more getting stuck in the car.
yeah, no more getting stuck in the car. Yes.
Great.
Like a little audience out there.
It's like my little audience. Yes.
So, Susan, your music was just spectacular today. It was
Thank you.
every single song was just exactly what I didn't know I wanted to hear and tell you.
Well, that's good. It usually works, doesn't it? There's a
It
certain,
works exactly like that. And
Yes.
thank you very much.
That's why you get these interesting answers to your questions.
right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm learning. I'm starting to get the pattern.
Because
Yeah.
what I know is whatever message you deliver is just as important as what we're talking about. It can't ever be wrong.
And that's so great to have you honor that. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. That's not always the case. So thank you.
You know, I hear people talk about that they pick all the music, and I'm like, well, why?
Yeah.
It's like, no. You're missing an opportunity here.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
I'm
art.
happy. Always happy to be included. Thank you.
It's art, and you can't control art.
That's right.
That's true.
All right. So with that said, close your eyes and join us in that sacred place where we all meet, knowing that this week coming forth is blessed and very blessed, that everything that is needed in our life shows up in a profound way, and we're guided and directed to our highest yet to be. I give thanks for all those that join us, knowing that we were blessed by their presence, even though we may not see them. They were powerfully right with us in our hearts and our souls. I give thanks for this day. I give thanks for Greg and Sheila for their unending givingness.
Yes.
I give thanks for Ernestine for her continuous to serve. And I give thanks to Susan Clark. What a beautiful being.
Yes.
And all our musicians.
Yes.
So very grateful. So very grateful.
And
I just-
grateful to everyone who's here with us and who's here with us online.
Yes. So we can now let go, let God, and allow it to be. And so it is.
So it is.
And
So
so
it is. Thank
Right.
you, everybody.
have a great
We'll see
week.
you on Zoom.
Say hello
You
to Tyler.
too. Take
Yeah.
care. See you all on Zoom.
Ready. Bye bye.
Bye.